Petty things adults did. According to Reddit. Number 20. This was when I was a teenager. But for my Eagle Scout project, you had to have a proposal and get it through several levels of clearance. My proposal was pretty good. I was the only person in years to get through the initial level of clearance without having to revise it. Unfortunately, at the district level, there was a stick in the mud who believed that he wasn't doing his job unless he rejected every proposal at least once. He rejected mine. After an hour and a half of arguing for not including ladder safety measures, and I printed out a 150-page manual on ladders and put that in front of him. Unfortunately, it was not the same guy, so I didn't get to see his face. I told the other guy what happened when he asked why the proposal was massive, and he thought it was hilarious. You know, I've heard some uninteresting entries in my life. But this has got to take the cake. Maybe I started too low here. Number 19. One of my uncles was in a years-long fight with my mom. To stir trouble, anytime he greeted my sister and I, he would tell my sister how beautiful and wonderful that she is, and to me he'd just say, "Oh, you're here too," and then promptly ignore me for the rest of the night. I used to adore him up to that point, so this ended up being extremely hurtful, and I'd end up crying to my mom for hours about how I'm ugly and not special. He got his petty vengeance on my mother and crushed my self-esteem. Till today, I don't really forgive him for it. It's really cruel when I guess people get somebody coming at them at the worst age as far as vulnerability is concerned. If only they all had the capacity to become tough cookies at a very, very young age. Hello to PB&J, True Silver, Danny, Darkside, Silhouette, and Linda in the chat. Here's hoping you guys had an interesting day. Be sure to share something petty that somebody's done to you, whether recently or years back, especially if you can remember it if it's years back. Because that means it was pretty good. They got you good. Number 18. We were almost out of ice cream. This is a great entry already. I made myself the last bowl. I came into the living room to eat it, and my dad took it and ate it all because I didn't offer him any. I was 8 years old. I'm 41, and I still hide while eating bowls of ice cream. Well, 41's pretty, that's 3 decades behind you, man. And you're still terrified of somebody coming and taking that bowl of ice cream from you. Somebody said that's some hardcore PTSD in response. I'll say it like this. I've mentioned before that I'm a fan of Smucker's hard shell. And when I eat ice cream, it's less about me having the ice cream and more about me just allowing this hard shell to coat and then harden on the ice cream. So the ice cream's like a side, you know what I mean? It's not the main attraction. It's all about the chocolate. Just like me. Black man. Black Kang. Oh my God. So we continue to number 17. My grade 2 science teacher taught us that there is no food. Sorry, there's more to that, but I was so traumatized reading that I didn't know where to go. My grade 2 science teacher taught us that there is no food we eat that doesn't come from plants. He gave the example of a cow. It eats grass, so it comes from plants. He offered $5 to any one of us who could find anything that people eat that didn't come from plants, and said no one had ever claimed it. We all went home and thought about it. Kids were saying things like marshmallows, ice cream, candy. I put my hand up and answered salt. He was quiet for a moment and admitted that I was correct, and no one had ever thought about that before, not even him, and that millions of people around the world eat salt every day. But he refused to give me the $5. What a son of a bitch. But it's the perfect seal. It's the perfect zing for the end of this anecdote. You know? If it even happened, green firefly girl. I'll give it an update. It's a little bit amusing. Seraphim says gushers doesn't come from plants. I really can't get enough of the fact that now, if you Google gushers and go to images, oh, look at you. It's not the first thing to come up anymore. That's good. That's good. I wonder if it never was. Was I putting in Gusher's Twitter as a criteria? Yeah, because that's the first thing that comes up when you type Gusher's Twitter. Oh my God. Well, never forget. I'm proud of the Black community and what we have done for this good, this fruit snack. You should be thanking us. I was seeing a bunch of people getting upset about something with Chris Pratt and Brie Larson. And I don't know why people had to insert Brie Larson into it like she was relevant to the conversation. I think it's getting to what's the word I would use? It's getting to K-pop stan territory, where as soon as anybody's talking about anything, somebody's like, well, what about this? And we're like, whoa. Who was mentioning that aside from you?
That is so bigoted that you're not going to include.
Number 16. When I was young, my mom was best friends with one of the neighbors from down the street, who also had a boy the same age as me. As a result, I played a lot with that boy and was encouraged to be best friends with him. Whenever my mom wasn't around, though, his mom was a complete bitch to me. She would come out to where we were playing together and shout at me for some minor trivial thing. If we were both doing something bad, only minorly bad, we weren't bad kids, she would blame it all on me and never reprimand her son at all. This was all when I was 7 to 10 years old, so I couldn't process it all and had no idea how to react, and it all really got to me. I found out years later that she was basically jealous because I was doing much better at school than her son, and she wanted to take me down a peg. Boy, oh boy, when adults out here taking, their jealousy and envy out on a child, y'all don't have much going on in your sorry, sad, miserable little lives, do you? Ultimately, the son and I ended up going to different secondary schools and drifted apart, which meant that fortunately I stopped having to interact with her. Our moms are still good friends, and she has always been pleasant to me as an adult. She even did the flowers at my wedding. But even 30 years later, I still keep her at arm's length because of how unfairly she treated me as a child. I bet you she'd probably act differently now still if she knew she could get away with it. People will do crazy things when they think they can get away with it. Oh my God. I need to cut these nails. Number 15. In high school, I was suspended for letting out a little toot. No way you were suspended for farting in high school. It's a bodily function. It's a bodily function. Somebody responds. It's a bodily function. No way you were suspended for a bodily function. I hate to go full American and be like, you can sue somebody for that. But are you serious? Can I have a picture of that? In today's day and age, if I could just get some kind of documentation that says that, could you write that on a piece of paper for me? I promise this won't get on the internet. Could you write that on a piece of paper for me? Suspended for farting. Can you write fart? Can you write suspended for farting? Get my name in there real. Print it so legible that when I don't post this on the internet, I'm not going to do that. But if I did, that people would be able to read it real good. This is kind of like an accolade for me at this point. Suspended for farting. Fucking stupid. These people have lost their damn mind, man. And you have to wonder the context, you know what I mean? Yeah, some of us think like the best time to execute a fart is during a really quiet moment. Sometimes it's not just the timing as far as the noise. Sometimes it's the place. Or are you executing it somewhere where people can't escape? Like an elevator, Is it the length of it? Is it the wetness? Is it how much you can make the cheeks ripple like a machine gun? It's insanity. How bad does a fart need to be? I mean, Michael Jackson bad. Oh my God, Dylan, you've taken it too far. That's an entirely different reason. Vance Digimon says, I was interning at hospital and we needed to have a year's worth of paperwork validated. I saw the folder of a girl that called me dumb out my folder and... Okay, you meant put. Forgive me. I was interning at a hospital and we needed to have a year's worth of paperwork validated. I saw the folder of a girl that called me dumb, put my folder over it, and tossed hers into the bin. You what, Digimon? It is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. Number 14. I had a teacher in kindergarten threaten to expel me because I was sick and didn't show up the day before. You come here and get everybody sick. I don't want to hear it. It's crazy how many managers are like that right now. Look, I got COVID. I ain't trying to hear that. This bottom line is what matters to me. You come in, you put on your apron, and you make these meals and cough all over this food and serve it to the people. Because I'm not hiring more scrubs. A scrub is a person who can't get hired by me, sitting on the passenger side of the they cooking in the back, coughing on stuff and not washing their hands. My God, trying to holler at me. She put me on the spot in front of the whole class, telling me not to lie and that she'd call the principal. I cried in front of the whole class, not knowing what to do. Poor girl. Apparently she wanted to win some attendance award and thought that confronting a child was a good idea. I was fucking 5. Still salty on how she got away with it. Well, I'll tell you one thing, man. I told you once I've only ever made a teacher cry once. And it wasn't with me saying anything that wasn't motherfucking factual, dude. So when she left that room and people turned to me like they were going to give me some shit about it and how I should have just not said anything, I was like, bitch, you got the wrong one. And I remember it like it was yesterday. It wasn't something I was proud of, but I told her in an analogy because I always have to break those out when people aren't capable of seeing that what they're doing or how they're acting is wrong inherently. Just look objectively like somebody from outside what's going on, at what is happening. And if you feel it's okay, then bitch, something ain't right with you. I use the analogy. If you had 2 kids and one kid in one room spilled some milk, you wouldn't call the other kid in and whoop his ass. You know what I'm talking about? That's like bullshit rules. That's like military rules, where the whole purpose is to get that other motherfucker mad at you. You know what I'm talking about? Like psychological warfare. Why would you do it? In the context of the classrooms where we have block scheduling and period 1 comes in and they get you upset, you bringing that upset bullshit to the next period when we didn't do a damn thing to you. If you're not capable of handling your temper and managing yourself in a professional way so you can come to work and get your job done, what sucked to me is this wasn't like what I would consider a typical public school. It was the kind of school where people really didn't even want to be there. We'll do whatever work you put in front of us. We will sit and shut up and listen to your dumbass lesson. You being pissy with everybody is completely and utterly unnecessary. Conduct yourself like you have some sense, ma'am. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. People just drive me insane. And it's like, if you just did what you were paid to do, it wouldn't be that bad, huh? Crazy. Everybody has bad days though, Kyle. And I'm totally and utterly aware of that. Wow. My husband. Number 13. My swimming teacher removed my inflatable armbands while swimming in a deep part of the pool because I was not paying enough attention out of excitement. You know, a swim teacher can do that to a little motherfucker? That seems like parent territory. Hey, learn how to swim, motherfucker. And then you take the plunge. While underwater, things moved in slow motion. Didn't I read something called Guts? See if I can find that. YouTube subscriptions. Is Guts still online? Has anybody in this chat listened to my reading? No, not Kyle Guys. That's gay. Kyle Guts. So it's still up after 4 years. The audio quality on that's got to be terrible. I was probably sitting in a trailer at the time. Inhale. Take in as much air as you can. The story should last about as long as you can hold your breath, and then, man, I wonder what microphone I was using. 21 minutes? Oh my god, someone's posted a picture of a baby in the Discord. Oh, it's their baby, I'm guessing. Amazing. 10 pounds and 6 ounces, 21 inches. You did it. What a time to have a child. You have mastered it, enormous Peter. Their name is a play on words for a penis. But they have posted their child in my in the Discord. If you guys want to go check that out. They did it, man. What have you know, I guess it may be a bit, invasive. But for a person throwing their baby out there, I'm pretty sure asking you what their name isn't too awful. What did you name the child? Do you believe that they will, harness their potential as the Antichrist, or do you think they're just gonna keep their head down and live a normal life? Maybe become a cop, knock some people around? I'm kidding. Are these things people say? Can't say I know. Socializing. What will you name that small human? Number 12. On the wedding day of my mom's third wedding, I sat in my room alone crying because it was hard. But I made sure to remove myself because I didn't want to upset my mom. What was hard about her third wedding? Or is your mom just unbearable? Or is too much responsibility on your shoulders in the midst of this wedding? What's hard? You gotta tell us. When my aunt came in to check on me and saw that I was crying, she went and told my mom. Oh, that is classic. My mom went out of her way to stop hair and makeup to come into my room for being selfish and trying to ruin her happy day, even though I purposefully tried not to look upset in front of her in the first place. I guess this is a situation where maybe the child liked the other potential suitors, I could say. Come on, man. I don't know. You can't leave me to put together so much of this. I can't guess. And then worse, I love the idea that the sister of the mom runs to oh, your daughter's crying in there.
You she's what? I'm gonna go in there right now. You better not ruin my day, you cunt. Crying in a room all by yourself. I'll have your hair, I will. I'll shave it off in your sleep, and I'll make you sleep under the cupboard. There will be no letters from magical wizarding schools for you.
What? Dursley? I'm gonna go to that magical wizarding school. Damn it. And I'm gonna get myself a white owl. And my parents weren't killed in a car accident. They were actually stopping one of the baddest wizards in the world. Dude was a shame. He was a joke after what they did. This man couldn't even kill a baby. Old man can't kill a baby. Most people can take candy from a baby. Where are you going with this? Number 11. My aunt was unpleasant or weird with everyone, but always particularly cold to me. Unpleasant, weird, and cold. One day when I was about 14 years old, she took me aside and said that she held a grudge against me because of my name. Run. She had wanted to call her first daughter that name, but my parents had the child first. first and used it. Okay, my dude. Oh, cringe. They had no idea she wanted the name and aren't the kind of people who would just have done that on purpose. It's like she just decided to be mad for this reason. Like she wasn't really gonna try to name a kid that. He was just like,
I was gonna use that name.
oh my God. She said she tried really hard and had just about forgiven me for it. Forgiven you for being named what she wanted to name her kid and being born first because you asked to be born. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for forgiving me. You know, can I interest you in a knuckle sandwich? I just remembered being baffled by it and then feeling sorry for her, as you should, for being that spiteful. To be honest, it paled later in comparison with all the other crazy and horrible things that she did to her own family. Oh boy. Something tells me not to click that now. It always confuses me how live the Discord gets when I'm in the middle of a stream. Can I interest these people in the stream? No, he's saying, oop, it's safe. So I'm imagining he's hearing me right now with ultra low latency as well if he's responding almost in real time. He says, I'm watching the stream. Congratulations. Join me in the chat if you will. Icky Gabby says, dude, this legit happened to me. I named my daughter a name that my cousin wanted to name her future kid. She's still really mad at me about it. Like, I knew you wanted to name your kid that. What's funny is if you genuinely want to name your kid that, do it. And then try to make your kid the better one. You know what I mean? It's not gonna kill the family to have two, you know. Do you think that there's like a lot of Hispanic families that say things like, oh, you have named your kid Juan, Jose? Okay, no, I can't do this. Dia's over there. But you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying with this. You know how many white cracker ass families talking about, oh, this is my son John. Really? Wow. Well, I guess he's got to become a doctor or some shit. You know what I mean? What else do you guys respect a lot? It's pretty much doctors and I don't know. Should become some sort of CEO or just should come into a lot of oil. Shit. No, he's not John. He's the John in the family. Yeah, buddy. Number 10. My swimming teacher promised me candy if I jumped off the board when I couldn't swim, and when I did, they said they forgot. But I saw them eating one of them in the lounge. I was 5 years old, and I was betrayed. I hope their house had insurance. I'm kidding. Another thing that the swim teacher did, instead of teach me to swim, was try to teach the group how to keep their eyes open underwater. We all had goggles and had to take them off to do this. Also, I didn't learn to swim there. I ended up learning at a hotel where I was on vacation when my sister taught me like a year later. These are pretty scary stories, man. You know, should I put on some creepy music because this is all getting pretty sad. Vance says, when I was 8 years old, I dipped candies in red peppers and gave them to the neighborhood kids. I heard a lot of screaming and snots everywhere. I forgot why I did it though. Are you sure? Are you sure? Belle says my 5th grade teacher read out a love letter that I had written to a boy in my class. I was going to give it to him, chickened out, and I threw it away. She saw me do this and got it out of the trash. What a bitch. You know? You gotta be a specific kind of dirty bird to see a child throw something into the trash and then go, what's that? Let me go do. Ugh. You know, I'm almost glad that some teachers might fear for their jobs these days, because it wouldn't kill you to pretend that you have a life outside of this job. and that you don't just live to, raise hell or try to be like the coolest thing in your students' world. You have a job to do, and it's to mold these children and make an impression via, knowledge that they can apply into wisdom, and little else. You don't need to try to be a celebrity or hit them with all these memes. You want to try to make your curriculum a little bit entertaining, by all means, but you should just be trying to teach these little bastards during what is probably one of the most significant portions of their life. It's when people get themselves too involved that it's like, you've lost it. The plot, you have lost it. Number 9, minus. No, it's number 9. In elementary school, I used to talk to the lunch lady every day. And one day I didn't say hi. She came to my lunch table and told me I was fake. Bruh. She called me phony. And a few other choice things. And then stopped speaking to me. I still don't understand what her problem was. Damn, you needed to talk to her every day, or she was gonna flip the hell out. Jeez. I mean, what is there to say, really? Those are my pictures that I posted a year ago. Okay. Dog Mom says, as a 5th grade teacher, I would never read something a student wrote on a note. I might take it, but I always read it. And then if it's appropriate or innocent, I would always give it back. Well, at least some people have a life outside of their existence in the classroom. You can really tell the teachers who have never had any kind of authority in their life when they try to just be the boss of these little bastards. Because you're unbearable like that. You need somebody to knock around. You need somebody to feel superior to. Some motherfuckers really got a chip on their shoulder, and it's like, you keep the chip. Why you shaving that motherfucker off on everybody that you meet? We don't need any of them shavings. We got enough going on, lady. We got stuff going on at home. We got stuff going on after school. Some of what we're dealing with via the workload is more than we can even handle. And we got to deal with you and your midlife crisis in the classroom. I was an Easter egg hunter. Okay. No, okay, sorry. I was at an Easter egg hunt when I was around 6 years old. It was in a big park with a lot of rocks. I saw a little chocolate egg foil glisten, and I ran over to pick it up. As I reached my hand out to pick it up, a man trod on my hand to stop me from getting it. Then he called his kid over to find it. You know, there are a lot of ways you could have phrased that. I'm surprised you used the word trod. I think it does not convey the severity of a man stepping on your fucking hand when you're 6 years old. You know what I mean? I'm not sure I'm alright with that. Probably really good I don't have kids, man. I think I got like one chance to see somebody do some stupid shit with my kid in public before it's like, I'm an anime character, man. I'm One Punch Man now. Punch somebody square in the neck. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Right in the neck. Neck punches. It's not right, is it? But it'll count. You touching a kid for, man? I mean, everybody's different. People are wild. People are dumb. And nobody deserves to die for it, maybe. But what you touching somebody else's kid for? I ain't out here touching your kids. I don't want nothing to do with your kids. Wow. Wow. Number 7, my mom asked if I was wanting to play 52 card pickup. Okay. While my friends were over, I asked her what it was, and she said I either want to play or I don't. I told her I didn't want to play anything if I didn't know what it was. She got visibly irritated and threw the cards up on the ground and then said, "This is 52 card pickup. Pick them up." She then threatened to ground me as she watched me pick up the cards and put them away nicely. I think it was worse because my friends were watching. Worse for her. You know what I mean?
No, you're supposed to answer the way I want you to.
Do you have any friends you can call, Mom?
Do you want to play or not?
You pick them up. You pick up those cards. Okay.
And you know what, you're washing the dishes after this.
And you're going to find a way for me to be less lonely. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's just, it's really sad. It's really sad. Saha Okami says, my sister-in-law, she brought another chick into the relationship. When her husband chose the girlfriend and filed for divorce, she called CPS on him with their 4 kids in the house, one of which is 1 month old. You know, play stupid games and win stupid prizes. It's crazy that I guess some people can't see any of this coming on occasion. Rachel says, my mom made me hang out with her friends' kids when I was little. This woman was horrible. I dropped my sandwich in the dirty sandbox on the playground, and she yelled at me for not wanting it. She blew on it and then handed it back to me. And people like this running around without a mask, yelling at people, talking about,
listen, I am free, and this is America. I will not be told what to wear and where to wear it, and I will come into this establishment.
Ma'am, this is a private establishment. We have the right to refuse service to anybody.
No! I'm calling the police. You get your hands off of me.
We're not touching you, ma'am.
No, you listen to me. You listen to me, okay? I have a note from a real doctor.
Number 6. Grounded me for leaving a hanger in the dryer. Boy, why is there a hanger in the dryer? I'll be real. I'm not going to take anybody's side all the time. Why is there a hanger in the dryer? Especially if it was a wire one. You trying to break something in there? How does a hanger get into the dryer? You know, did you pick something off a rack outside and you were just washing it when you first got it for safety? But did you put it in the washer with the hanger as well? On the dryer. Okay, yeah, well, that's considerably dumb. Yeah. Okay. Man, why did I read in? This dyslexia has taken on a world of its own. She extended it for reading while grounded. She extended it for reading while grounded? Well, did she specify in the terms of me being grounded that you can't read? What the fuck is this? She extended it further for sleeping when I was told that I can't read. This shit still pisses me off years later. I mean, you gotta understand sometimes the objective of a parent, I guess, is just to piss you off. So if you can show them that they're winning, then I don't know, man. Unless your game is to psychologically try to make it all end by making them feel like they're winning, then you just need to not give them what they want, man. Your parents inadvertently train you for a lot of what real life has to offer. Like dealing with psychopaths, telling people what they want to hear, you know, not saying too much to betray what you really are aware of. It's really good stuff. Better than school, bro. Better than school. Zai says, after hearing these stories involving parents, I'm just glad to have a black family. Yeah, man. Act right or I'ma punch you in the mouth, bitch. All right, it's enough. That's not what all black families like, you know what I mean? It's not like black families aren't violent, you know? There's just a lot of potential for violence if you don't act right, you know what I mean? Scary stuff. Not even like stuff that's justified in some families. Like nothing's ever happened, but it might as well be a fist hovering, you know, a fist that's been drawn back where it's just like, ooh, shit, anything can happen at any point. My God, better act right. Shit, fist can come at any time. You know what I mean? Woo, woo. Mama didn't raise no sucker. Rachel says, another time when my mom's friend took me and her children to the movies, she brought her kids Slurpees and candy, but I got nothing. She didn't even let me share with them because she got it for them. Well, as long as she can feel superior, she better enjoy it while it lasts. A lot of people really do show just how single they are with their actions, you know? Jesus says, I've never been this early. A phrase I'm sure he's practiced with women quite often. Hi-oh. As we continue down this list, we arrive at the final five. When I was in 5th grade, I didn't put a book cover on my math book. It required cutting up a paper bag or something similar, and I just never did it. So my math teacher took it away. She took away my math book. I couldn't do my homework or follow along in class. What the fuck? Who does that to a kid? When my mom found out, she went down to the school and raised some hell. She was clear about how it interfered with the right to an education and all this stuff. The school district was terrified of her until I graduated. What a great mom going to bat for you. Not everybody has a mom that honestly has time to do shit like that, if we being real. Siren says hi everybody and has a cat in a box emote. I didn't know that. How's that possible? I'm gonna put this here, and then I'm going to put a picture of Peppa Pig. King Emerald is out here like, is Dia your girlfriend? Dia is my woman. Are you coming from her streams, wanting a piece of that big titty meat, of that cute Mexican short style? You'll have to clone her. And even then, I could just have 2 Dias. Why should we have them for you? Number 4. When I was like 9 or 10 years old, I was rollerblading home from my mom's work, right? That really tickled me. Why does he say it right? Why does he say it like that? Right? I'm heading down the 4th Street, and I find something like $16 on the ground. It's a trick, boy. A 10, a 5, and a single, just laying there on the sidewalk next to some outdoor seating at a cafe. Being the obnoxiously nice kid that I was, I pick it up, kinda look around, wondering if anybody had lost their money, and that's when the lady in the weird sweater vest comes around the corner. We lock eyes, and I tell her I found this money, and she goes, huh? Let me see it. And my naive ass is like, oh yeah, that makes sense. She's a grown-up. She can sort this out. She looks around, hands me the single back, puts a finger to her mouth and says, shh, and then she just fucks off, never to be seen again. Oh, damn. Well, I'm sure a valuable lesson was learned either way that day. The poor little brat probably just felt guilty, as any of us probably would if, like, we saw some money on the ground, we reached down to pick it up, and as we really had it in our hands, somebody came, like, dashing in our direction, and we were like, oh, you know what I mean? Kind of catch us off guard and be like, is this yours? Shit. I don't know. We're not all evil. We're not gonna all fight for that money we just found and be like, this was mine and I found it fair and square. Oh my God. Number 3, I was in middle school at a friend's sleepover. Her parents were very strict. Her siblings got pulled out of public school to go to a Catholic school. They scared the hell out of me. Anyway, it's probably like 11 p.m. and at the sleepover, her mom is hesitantly letting us watch this Disney movie called Xenon Girl of the 21st Century. I used to watch that a lot because Disney Channel would just replay that bullshit. That and this other fucking snowboard movie that I couldn't stand. And I am so glad to have absorbed so much by this point in my life that I have properly purged a lot of that bullshit. I kind of remember the phrase Zetus Lapidus though, so I could use a little more purging. I laughed at a part of the movie, and even though her parents were awake, they came into the living room to scold me for being too loud. Jesus Christ. Not long after that, I took a drink of water, got a little strangled, and I started coughing. They called my parents after 11 p.m. to come pick me up because I couldn't behave. They had no regard for them being asleep and having jobs to get to early in the morning. They wanted me out for laughing and coughing in the span of 10 minutes. My parents never let me stay the night at that house again, and are still pissed at them for doing that almost 20 years later. I don't know, man. Some people are just a piece of work. King Emerald says, do you like creepypastas? And Belle says, is that like scary glue? What a girl. She really got him. She really got him. She got you with that comment, you know? Is that like a type of, you know, Italian dish? Oh, whoa, they wrote creepy pastes. Even dumber. Now it makes a lot more sense. Well done, Belle. I didn't even catch that, because I just read what I expected to read. Number 2. I was feeling sick one day in grade 3, Sorry, I had to stifle the hell out of that burp. I was feeling sick one day in 3rd or 4th grade, and the substitute teacher wouldn't let me go to the nurse's office because I didn't look sick enough. I had strep throat. I mean, let's just move on. People always know everything, bro. You know, people always know everything. Number 1 on this list of petty things that adults did. Link in the description for the Discord if you want notifications of when these go live. In Cub Scouts, we were doing the Pinewood Derby. I worked really hard on my car. My dad helped, of course. I had already won the first 3 rounds, and before the final round, one of the dads of the other kids picks up my car and hands it to me. It slipped out of his hand and broke the wheels when it hit the floor. I'm convinced it was not an accident, and he was sabotaging my car so that his kid could win. This was over 30 years ago today, and I'm still salty about it. Bro, do the same to his car. How in God's name does a person like that not get disqualified when they were the last person to you know, without being provoked, pick up your thing and then let it hit the ground? One of my packs had to make a rule that only the parent of the scout could touch their car because stuff like this was happening way too often. You know, I consider myself a competitive person, but to go as far as to cheat or sabotage, you're just ruining the spirit of the game and there's no point playing. It sucks. And this is your kids on the line, my dude, but I guess when some of these bastards are as hungry for glory or whatever the hell they think comes with, you know, it's bragging rights, I guess. Your kid, you and your kid did this thing. Sick. If you're gonna get that involved without restraint and everything, it's like, this is why people lose themselves to all of these drugs and all kind of bullshit like this. It's because it was in them the whole time to not be able to control themselves. I'd love to go to Dead or Vegetable, but odds are... Oh, I can show you one thing, because the guy was fine. It was a dude that was like rocking on a... the guy was fine, like I said before. Let me reiterate that. But this dude swung on an elevated vehicle. For real. So I don't even know what to say but to just show it to you. You're in a shop, there is a vehicle elevated, and you are literally swinging on it. I don't know what you think's gonna happen, But this is what's happening. Come on now. Now, the boy's fine, but imagine if he died. You know, okay, a human life has been lost. What is he high? Who knows? But he did this, and it was deliberate. And imagine you run this shop, and you got to pay out of pocket for this jackass screwing up one of your lifting rigs. It's just like, God, man. It seems like no matter what you do, you can't escape being forced to pay for everybody's bullshit. Here's one of my favorites that I was watching earlier today. Guy's not dead, so everything's fine. Can show you this without incident. But it just goes to show you just how brilliant some bastards are. You're on your motorcycle, right? Let me just mute this. Forgive me. And maybe, just maybe, you end up on a stretch where the sun is in the wrong motherfucking spot. You really can't see. Now, I'm going to go ahead and line this up with when he kind of turns into the area where he can't see too well. And I'm going to ask you as I unmute this if it makes sense how fast the boy's going. Yeah, okay. Yeah, does it make sense? Listen to that. Listen to that. Making sense? Seems like he's going fast, right? And you know, when you're watching the video, you're thinking to yourself, dude, he's got to be able to see better than we can. We're just seeing glare on the camera, but this guy's visibility is not compromised, and then this happens. Bruh. Wait a minute. Now, it would appear to me that that's a vehicle that you're not going to be able to stop in time for. And then look how that camera spins. What forward momentum. You know? Looks like that object in motion remained in motion. Bruh. It's just insanity. The favorite thing that I saw today, okay, was a guy chopping at the foundation of a building. Oh, sweet, it's here as well. What did he think was gonna happen? Now, the dude probably got injured, but he didn't die, so this is fine. But again, my favorite part of this one, I'm gonna pause it at it. Yep. What are you doing? Okay. This is my favorite part of this. This dude stops. Something in his brain is saying, you know, something's gonna happen if I keep hitting this. But what? What's gonna happen? It's a long time he stops too. He's like, If you have to do this, the area that you do it from is from out here, where you'd be able to literally slap this thing and then spring off like a kangaroo away from the structure where you are. Is it smart? And then the comedy is the way that the woman screams, like she didn't put together that there was potential, that this could go this way either. You know what I'm talking about? Look at the brain firing. Man, something's going on. Is this going... Stupid. You know? I want you to think about how multiple people get together and there's not one solid working brain among them. You know? Y'all throwing the people in jail for like a thumbnail's worth of marijuana. People can get drunk and run into people in their cars and, oh, here's a slap on the wrist, go take this class. But this kind of like negligent and dangerous stupidity is on the loose, man. Everybody can't be drunk. Everybody? She kept that guy framed up pretty good with that recording. I've seen a lot of people just not shoot things properly, I can tell you that. And another thing, was it horizontal? Let's go look one more time. Nah, it's kind of like vertical. Wonder what's going on WTF. What is somebody on about in the Discord? I saw this earlier with somebody like painting a bell pepper after they put a coin into it with a lollipop and then putting it inside a cucumber and then putting it into a slot on a table and then putting a bunch of sunflower seeds over it. Whoa, the encoding just got overloaded. I wonder what caused that. Maybe I have too many windows open and Jesus. Let me close some windows here and then see what we can get going on. Is it truly my fault? I doubt it. I do have Hades open, that can't be helping. Just gonna close some of these windows with like a jillion tabs open. That'll definitely help. I kind of want to go back to Reddit just for giggles. I mean, we're on Reddit right now, you know what I mean? I want to go back to Ask Reddit and then see if they have anything going on today. Saw something about Jehovah's Witnesses, but I think it was kind of like a smug, like, oh, you can't go harass people at their door, can you? I'm pretty sure it got deleted. Yeah, Reddit's like a no fun zone, so. Jehovah's Witnesses, here it is. Jehovah's Witnesses, how is it going knowing you that everyone is at home but you can't visit them? This thing was at the top of Ask Reddit in like seconds. And of course the mods came in and just removed it. Whoa, what a bunch of cooks. Oh man, somebody says, I'm currently living with my Jehovah's Witness mom. They just Zoom chat while they write letters. Is that right? Is that right? Someone says, I'm a cable guy and I had a service call at a Jehovah's Witness's home. Legit, this is what they do. The gentleman was dressed from waist up for church and from waist down for Cheeto eating TV time. Then you probably interrupted a meeting. Letter writing is more casual. Listen. What I know about the Jehovah's Witnesses is that they all go to like a borderline like a Jehovah's Witness camp every now and then, where they dish out new rules and shit like that, and they have themselves a good old time. Encoding overloaded. I'm not sure what's going on. It's gotta be YouTube. It's gotta be YouTube as usual, because I'm not doing anything exceptional. Let's open up the old task manager and take a look. 60% memory, huh? That's a lot of memory, Chrome. There's like 32 gigs of memory. Bitch, you crazy, bitch, you crazy. What's wrong with you? OBS is taking up a little bit. It's really not enough to overload anything. It really isn't. Because, you know, it's just over half the memory being used, not even a lot of it. There's no spikes in the performance, nothing. Hades shouldn't be open, I admit it, but that's not what's causing OBS to overload. So, Icky says, I reopened the stream. I think it was on my end. GSK says, goddamn Kyle, you're streaming / posting content faster than I can consume. That can't be true. But I mean, you have other things going on, and I'm so sure. I wonder if I hit the trifecta for some people, where they're willing to listen to the Avengers stuff that I'm doing, as well as the streams for the games, and then this content. Who wants a hug right now? This is a Ask Reddit question. What's the most edible part of a car? You can't make this stuff up, man. I want you guys to know, if you ever don't see me some nights, it's that I leave finding the list until the last minute. And then I come to Reddit and I find stuff like this. What's the most edible part of a car? And I like the idea that there's at least probably 2 of you that are going, well, what is it? You can't leave me hanging. You're telling me you're not going to read this list if you found it? Yeah, I wouldn't. Sorry. The passenger. Is the passenger a part of a car? Whatever's leather. The old French fries that the French fries are part of the car? Ay, ay, ay. What actor portrayed a character so well that nobody could replace them? So let's all guess. Do you think that, like, Patrick Stewart's the best Picard? Do you think, like, Patrick Stewart's the best Charles Xavier? You think, like... Well, damn, baby. Who's the perfect cast for everything? You think, like, Sir Ian McKellen's the best Gandalf? Come on. Who's the perfect everything? You think Alan Rickman was the perfect Severus Snape? I'm trying to think of perfect people for their roles. If Patrick Stewart isn't on this, I'm gonna be really shocked. Steve Carell for The Office, just because people have a boner for The Office and they love Steve Carell's everything. So Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark, very good. Johnny Depp is Captain Jack. Yeah, the role seems to be, he really turned it into his own role. How about that? How about that? Imelda Staunton as Dolores Umbridge. I guess she is kind of underappreciated. She's got the perfect everything for a bitch like that. She's got the perfect everything. She is so believable as that character. And God bless her in her career, because you're typecast like that for the rest of your life now. That bitch. That ministry representing bitch. I knew we couldn't trust the Ministry of Magic. And now they've infiltrated Hogwarts. I'm kidding. As we get back to Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, Rowan Atkinson as Mr. Bean. You're right. You're right. Alan Rickman as Snape. Yay, I got one. Nobody's saying Ian McKellen. Tom Hanks no, not Tom Hanks Deadpool. Tom Hanks Forrest Gump. Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. Christopher Walken in the Weapon of Choice video. Do you guys know anything about the Fatboy Slim video named Weapon of Choice? It's a video where Christopher Walken just gets up and dance, and the music is like, hold on. Let me get to the part. Wait. He got the moves. Oh. We need to go back and watch some Tarantino movies. Why not? Why not? Why not? Nobody. Well, Elena Bonham Carter is a good Bellatrix. It's just gonna be people playing. It's just gonna be Harry Potter casting. The whole list is gonna be Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Will Smith is who? Oh, Robin Williams' Genie. He was just eccentric and all over the place and ADD enough in his performance to portray a wild and, almost insane Genie. You super duper buy the idea that this guy's been cooped up in a damn lamp for like generations. Silly cartoon, but he gave it a lot of personality. It was dripping with charm. Ooh, boy. Ooh, how did I forget? J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson is the best casting in history. But somebody else did eventually say Patrick Stewart as Picard, so I win. I win, damn it. But no one said Ian McKellen. Oh, well, somebody says Ian McKellen is Gandalf. And then Viggo Mortensen is Aragorn as well. Okay. Okay. Oh, boy. Aime says, what was the topic? Well, the topic of this thing was who's the best cast. Who portrayed a character so well that I guess it would be inconceivable to try to replace them. And it's always hard with that kind of hypothetical, because I'm sure that they're, in a parallel world, somebody else just played that role and they did it so well that we can't see it as anybody else. But for what we can assess, they did a damn good job, and we wouldn't want to see anybody else do it. Remember, Will Smith might have been Neo in The Matrix? Ugh. But then what if we wouldn't have gotten as much Keanu as we got? What if we didn't get John Wick movies? I'll leave you guys with this. When was the worst time to get hurt? No, it's saying when is the worst time. I think that's gonna be dumb. Somebody just gonna say funeral? If I can go down 5 entries without seeing funeral, I'll be shocked. When you want to break up with your significant other, yeah, it's all foreplay. If you're horny, I don't want to be with you anymore.
Oh my God, I can't stand you. This is all you do, and I've just wanted to be. Oh God.
Number 2, grandma's house. Oh my. I'm not gonna go there. Damn it. Or at her funeral. Boom. 2 entries in. Boom. Boom. 2 entries in. Boom. If you could have a sixth sense, what would you want? 2 entries and I'm getting out of here. Okay. Knowing what to say to get the result I want. Well, some of us have been learning how to do this in real life without that technical sixth sense, boy. Bell says ability to foresee goose mischief. You know what I mean? Somebody was way too ready with that answer. Okay? What a perky ready answer that was. Best collection of funny 4C pictures. I feel like I've heard that phrase before. But why? Because it's from this dumb picture that I'm looking at. And what it is, I'm not even... You have been visited by Handsome Tom. Nobody else can see this. You have been chosen. Select your gift. Gumption overclock. Excessive wheat. Wheel of nuts. Ability to foresee goose mischief. Micro glow up. Knowledge of holes. Already have that one. Hyper birthday. What does it mean? Enhanced finagling. 6 premium bones. Oh man. Would people know about my premium bones? Would they come after me? Swamp legs with your enemies. No, that says swap legs, you fuck. Swamp legs comes later. Can I give my enemy swamp legs? Is if that's like an ability that I can have, like, maybe like Full Metal Alchemist, I can just clap my hands and then give them swamp legs. I touch them. Amazing. Okay. Amazing. Skarsgård really is a fantastic Pennywise, though. That guy's face. It's like he was born and ready. But the second one was only okay. It Chapter 2 was only okay. And I leave you with that. So I hope that, much like the black community to Gushers, you guys find somebody that was, or that is, as wonderful and life-changing for you. And that you guys stay out of trouble until the next time I see you. God willing. Okay? A lot of Fortnitemares bullshit going on. A lot of scary Marvel Avengers stuff going on. And I need to put out another video. Making that stupid thing look foolish, or whatever it is that I do in those videos. I'm just going to start turning on the mic and just like rambling soon. It's getting out of hand. I'll go look up articles and then see if I can structure it into a script. Otherwise, I wish you all the best. I hope you have a fantastic evening. You deserve it. I can't get you. You guys don't know how much I love Bill Hader. You understand? You guys really don't know. And I can't finish Barry because it's one of those shows, and this is something really terrible about me. I like something so much that I force myself not to finish it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like I'm saving it for a rainy day, and that's terrible. But that's just the way that... Wait a minute, is this dude saying that SpongeBob SquarePants was the perfect cast? Do you think he's gonna say SpongeBob long the next time? Like he's gonna go SpongeBob SquarePants, and now he's gonna go SpongeBob. If he does Bob long, then I'll let him say it. Aime says, I liked It Chapter 2 a lot, actually. Of course you did, pretty titty Aime. You're a little contrarian. Probably getting all nuts for it. But that movie was only okay. I really enjoyed the scene with all of them at dinner. It felt organic. I really enjoyed Bill Hader's performance. I loved the hell out of him. I'm in love with the show Barry, and again, like, I want to finish it, but I need to not. I got 3 shows on the back burner because I'm really happy with them, and I don't want to finish them. Shit, it's actually 4 shows. The Mandalorian, I was liking what I'd seen of it, but I hadn't seen all of it. Barry, What We Do in the Shadows, I have like 3 more episodes to watch. The episode I watched that I loved was when we were dealing with the energy vampire Colin, and he like split himself into 3. God, I fucking loved that episode. That's my favorite character on that show because it's so fantastic writing wise, an energy vampire. There was an episode with him and like a girlfriend as well, and she was an energy vampire too. It's just good stuff. I always lose it when I'm talking about that. What We Do in the Shadows, and there was the other one. What We Do in the Shadows and What We Do in the Shadows, Barry. Oh, The Boys. Yes. The Boys. I have not finished The Boys. He didn't give me the long SpongeBob SquarePants. So it's like, you know, what is this guy doing? Y'all are out here correcting this guy. Cute. I really do hope you guys have a fantastic evening. I am gonna Jared Leto to play Joker in Zack Snyder's upcoming Justice League re-release. Ugh. When I saw that on Twitter earlier, I posted this picture that I'd seen, and I'm gonna show it to y'all right now. Hold up. I got this picture right here. Boom. I love it. Fuck this dude. Fuck Jared Leto's Joker. It's trash. It's trash. It's not that he didn't get the opportunity to shine or something. They cut all of his scenes. And I heard he was being like really just stupid on the set. Reel it in, Jared Leto. And people aren't gonna like what I say here if you were a fan of Blade Runner, the new one. You know, the new one. When I saw Jared Leto in that movie, I was like, no. And I don't want to be a diva. I just can't. I can't with him sometimes. Diana says, can you post that picture in the Discord? I will do that for you right now. Let me see what is going on. Find it in the folder, forgive me. And then I go to I'm gonna drop it into, well, I guess if people are posting babies in the damn general. Nothing wrong with that. Good looking baby, my dude. You did it. Proud of you. Crazy time to have a kid. You pulled it off. And here it is. I've uploaded that to the Discord. It is in the general. Wow, John Wayne.
Ahem. I believe it's called being a character actor, my dude. Tears of joy.
You know what, John Wayne? As hilarious as that is to say, I have never heard that before. And listen, I think you're half implying that him being a piece of crap on set is all performance art, or, you know, something in the way of him getting into character so that he is truly embodying this psychopath douche. But the way that I like to think of it is that Jared Leto is so good at being the Joker that he is unironically made everyone hate him. Or more specifically, his performance. Do you get what I'm saying? What if us hating his Joker was his intention? Well done. If your intention was to come off as a tool, he has taken us all for a ride, and I am forced to bow in respect to that. Thank you, John Wayne, for your contribution. You know, I don't know. I have nothing more to say. Jaime says there's so many character actors and method actors that did amazingly without being an asshole. But I'm trying to think of some of the good assholes, and there are a lot of them, man. On and off screen, there are a lot of them. Ooh-wee. I think I want to go back and watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and then watch The Shining, and then have things to say about both of them.
Yes, I will. I will have things to say.
Bruh, I'm scared I'm not gonna love Jensen Ackles' performance in The Boys when it happens. And I'm scared that now that everybody is in love with The Boys, that it's gonna go to Normie Town. You know what I mean? I do still frequently watch episodes of The X-Files, and I just can't get over how sexy some of them are because they're so simple in their concept, but their execution is everything. I watch episodes of The Twilight Zone occasionally, and the concept is amazing, and the execution is dog shit. I love The Twilight Zone because they take these sentence-long plots, spread them way too thin, but you know, it's charming, and it is not of our time, so I look at it with that lens and understanding. I look at the X-Files with some episodes, and they're just done so well, they're paced so properly, and I appreciate it. There are episodes of Supernatural that borderline just get on my friggin' nerves, and as much as I love these boys, it's just like the most melodramatic soap opera I've ever seen, and that's coming from a guy that really loves anime. So, I love what Kripke's doing with The Boys, but I'm scared. I'm scared now. The Boys could turn into what people are frothing at the mouth for, the way they were with Game of Thrones, the way they were with Walking Dead. Miss me with that bullshit, my dude. You know? Because it's going to turn into something that I just don't even watch for right now and enjoy in my own time years down the line. When I started watching The Walking Dead years after it was relevant, I was in love with how shitty a lot of the choices that were made in that show were. And it really made me wonder exactly what the fuck was going on writing-wise. But what I love about the internet now is that after I watch an episode, I can type in that episode and then the word discussion and go to like a forum or something where people were talking about it as it happened, and on Reddit they had a Walking Dead discussion for all of these stupid episodes, post-episode discussion, and it was just so funny to watch them cope, you know, because there's like a honeymoon period with some things where you're just really excited about it, and sometimes after the cracks start to show, you're just like, I don't know how I feel about that. And that's how they voice their opinions about what's going on. And before you know it, they're just fucking angry. Everybody's mad. Everybody's angry, and they're so ready to be done. And they just don't know when this is going to end, and they can't wait because they just want to be free of this nightmare, of this tradition that they have adopted, where it's like it takes a piece of their soul every week when they decide to just sit down and watch it. It's insane, you know? I mean, it says, wait, when did you start watching The X-Files again? I remember we tried to watch it together and you just stopped for some reason. Boy, I've been watching a lot of that lately. I never really get past season 3, but just some of those episodes I think tie together so well on their own. I was watching one with the voice of Chucky, the actor. His name is something Dourif. Brad Dourif, okay? And, oh my god, I think I posted like a Snapchat story when I was watching this episode. Jeez, man. There's just some of his bullshit when he's talking to Scully.
Of Luther Boggs.
Give me a second here. In this episode, he's kind of like a guy that can see things. No, this is the first scene when Mulder tricks him. I need the other scene. You fuck. Yeah, dope. The reason this episode is fantastic is, for people who don't follow the structure of the X-Files, there's a lot of shenanigans going on, and typically Mulder is the one to see it, and Scully is the one to go, there's a scientific explanation for this. You're jumping to conclusions, Mulder, and you need to come to your senses. In this episode, it begins with, my God, should you spoil it? It begins with something traumatic happening to Scully, and almost instantaneously, things that are abnormal or supernatural start to happen. And I can't really say it without spoiling it, but after what happens to her, she is in another setting where what's happening in that scene has a song accompanying it. And the song is like playing within the show, within the universe, like not, just like it's actually playing and she can hear it. And it has significance to a person in her life's past. So when we come into the scenario with this dude who is in jail and he's supposed to be having visions and having connections and being able to see things and shit like that, the real question is like, is this supernatural? Should we believe it? But then he starts singing the song, which he would really only know if he could get into this bitch. This is the part where I was loving it.
Nobody talks to anybody until I get a deal. Don't underestimate my fear of dying, and don't downplay my terror going back to that chair. I know my hell's gonna be going back to that chair over and over again.
Listen, dude. I really like this episode because I haven't seen a good deal of the Chucky movies, but I remember Chucky's voice. I remember the delivery, and I remember just losing myself in the takes, the voiceovers as far as him really getting into it. And that was what I was feeling in some of his performance in this. This dude was getting into it. And for people who are, what's the word? Not so much into Chucky horror or into X-Files sci-fi, Brad Dourif was in The Lord of the Rings. Remember he plays, he played Wormtongue, the guy who was whispering to, King Theoden. Can I look up Wormtongue? Can you just look it up so people know who you're talking about? And it was like the greatest role for him in the world, just this man that's whispering to Theoden and making him decrepit and old. Jesus, I fucking love Lord of the Rings. That stupid movie makes me cry every time, my dude. I told you to take his fucking staff. You wouldn't part an old man with his walking stick.
You fuck Gandalf. You fuck an old man and his walking stick, you wizard bastard. And they didn't freaking know. Oh boy. Don't geek out here, okay? Gotta keep it cool. Keep it girthy. Dudes, I love you to death. I hope you have an interesting... Seraphin said maybe Dorff could have been Joker. He really could have been. Better Joker than Jared Leto. We don't need to stoop to that, okay? Jared's trying his best. I'm sure we'll see something totally redeeming when he comes back as the Joker.
Let me try it again. They're not giving me a chance. Mom said I could be Joker again.
Listen, unless they decriminalizing some friggin' marijuana, I'm not trying to hear. Barack Obama meets a future voter in Philadelphia. Aw, how cute. May says, I rewatched Hannibal recently, and though I still love Brian Cox's Dr. Lecter the best, I don't think we'll get another person to play it better than Mickelson. Bro, I still need to finish freaking Death Stranding. I think that game is playing with me. You know, a lot of games you play it, but I'm pretty sure Death Stranding's trying to play me. I gotta resist that kind of stuff. Death Stranding is trying to play me. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. Have a wonderful night. How did I stay here for an hour and a half? You got me. You got me. See you guys later. Take it easy. And I love you. Wow.